Hi, my name is Peter, and in this video, we're going to take a look at the experience profiles within the Microsoft Contact Center. So the experience profiles allow you to create a more personalized experience for your customer service representatives. That means that we can have different profiles and have this dashboard that you're seeing now, right? The entry point of the Copilot Service Workspace look different and present the customer service representatives with the tools that they need for their specific role or specific queue or specific channels that they work on. So in this case, you'll see that on the productivity side, on the productivity pane, I just got Copilot on this side, right? I got Copilot in here. And if I open up a case, for example, you can see that I have a few more tools. I have Copilot, I have a Smart Assist, I got agent scripts, I got my knowledge base, and I got some tool to join a Teams call, right? If you connect to Teams, obviously. So this is what we call an experience profile. And the experience profiles we can assign to every user or a different group in a different way. So let's head over to the Dynamics Customer Service Workspace. In this case, I'm going to the Customer Service Admin Center. Customer Service Admin Center. And then I am going to the Support Experience. So Support Experience on the Overview tab, you'll find the experience profiles, right? Or on the workspace in this case. Now you will see that there's 5 profiles by default that Microsoft has provided to you. So you get the customer service workspace and channels and an inbox, which is one of the default profiles, or just the channels without the inbox, or just the inbox without the channels, etc. Now you can see that there's a little lock in front of it. That means that I can open them up, I can add users to it, but I can't edit any of the details, right? So let's start up and create one of our own. Now, if you're unsure how to do it, you can also copy over one of those profiles, right? Just have them side by side and just take the settings and just tweak the settings that you want differently, right? So in this case, we're just going to create a new one. So this is my CSAS demo experience profile. Right, it could have a more sexy name, but in this case, we'll leave it like that. Now, again, it can't use any spaces, only alphanumeric and 2 to 8 characters. So this is too long. So let me just do it. CSAS Express just. And that is a good one. It has to start with a prefix. So in this case, I will use my prefix that I'm using for all of the other things that I'm doing in this environment. And then I can do CSAS experience profile, right? Stuff like that. Okay, so create, obviously a better description, etc. You should always do that for demo purposes. I'm leaving that blank. And now you can see that I can set up all of the session templates, the productivity panes, etc. All of the things here I can set up. It starts with adding users to a profile. So adding users to a profile means they can only be in one profile at the same time, right? So if they're not here, that means that they are already in a different profile. So let me select a few of those users. Oh, let me just do one. Come on, I don't want these. I want that one, and that one, right? Perhaps a supervisor and a support user. Let me add those. There we go. And then you can see on the productivity pane that I have a few options that I can turn on, right? So the productivity pane, again, that is that thing on the side, on the right side of the screen. And you can see that I can turn it on or I can entirely turn it off. I can also set it to collapse or expand it on by default, right? So I'm setting it to expanded, and then I can say, well, I want my agents to use agent scripts, right? This is, I feel like now with the intent agent, a little bit outdated, but you can still use it. I want them to search the knowledge. Again, knowledge within Copilot is feels much more like the new generation of things, but I can still use the knowledge base if I want to search through it. Copilot to be on or off, right? Smart Assist. Again, it feels like Copilot is surpassing them all. But if you want to turn on all the bells and whistles, then obviously I can set that to like this. And this is grayed out. I haven't set up the Teams chats yet, so I can't turn that on just yet. So let me turn it on, and there you have it. Do I want to have all of the channels available in this profile? Yes, let's do all of the active channels. If you have third-party providers, then you can turn that on as well, right? So if you, for example, well, if you have providers outside of the Dynamics framework. Now you get a bunch of other things, right? I can set all of the Copilot AI features on this as well. So I can say, hey, while you have the Copilot side pane, I don't want you to, for example, have the write an email one, or I don't want the autonomous case creation and update stuff, right? All of these things are individual configurable on all of the links that you see here, right? In different places of the Copilot Service Admin Center, but you have to enable them here as well, right? So in the config, and then here as well to have the CSR actually use them or be able to use them, right? So I'm leaving everything to on. Now you can see that there's also a few other session templates. The session templates are quite important. Right, let me get a different profile so you can see what that looks like when it's filled in. And we will have a different video on this. So there's an entity session template in this case for cases, and those session templates are really like, hey, what kind of tabs are opening up whenever I got an incoming case or an incoming phone or whatever, right? So there's a bunch of those things that go on there. Again, this is something that we will cover in a different video. Right. So for now, we have the experience profile. I put it in here. I put my user in there. And now I can go in and go into my customer service workspace and do a hard refresh and see what I got. So I got the inbox with all of these things on the side, right? And I got the same here. Well, it didn't change much because I left everything to on, which is also obviously the default. But you can guess the gist of it. If I obviously take something out, so say I want the whole productivity. Well, I want the whole productivity pane to be off. Let's try that, right? And then let's do a hard refresh. Now it takes a little bit of time, but let me open up the case. But now you can see that I refreshed it and the side pane is now completely gone, right? So you can see that this actually was pretty fast. Hard refreshes, sometimes it caches it, the configuration, and then it takes a little bit more time. Hard refreshes, that does the trick. Now everything is gone. Again, that is obviously not what I would recommend, right? Tailor the experience to whatever you want, to whatever you want to present your CSRs with, right? And again, the trick here is less is more, right? If you don't want your agents to use it, your CSRs to use it, turn it off. Make sure that it is not available to them, to keep the interface clean and lean and only present them with the things that they actually want to use or need.